What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel. In this Apex Legends video, we're gonna break down the implications of our most recent season quest, A Legend Falls, where poor Wattson has taken a dive for the team. In our most recent hunt, Wattson was apparently separated from the squad, and despite putting up her best defenses, was gravely injured by the prowlers in the area. And apparently while this whole thing was happening, Wraith and Octane were off on their date with Yoko. And we get all the details about this date in our next text chapter, The Detached Chaperone. Now, really quick, before we get into that, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because I'm going to continue to break down the backstories of these legends and how they tie into the current season quest. I've already talked about why Bangalore has a grudge against Loba, and why Gibraltar might even have a grudge against Loba as well. And now, Wraith and Caustic don't like Loba either. So without further ado, The Detached Chaperone. Mirage for Wraith. I repeat, this is Mirage for Wraith. Do you copy, Wraith? Today's the day, I think to myself. Today's the day I finally snap and kill him. Go for Wraith. What you doing? Yep, definitely the day I kill him. Same thing as I was doing 5 minutes ago when you asked. Running surveillance on Octane's date. Yeah, we're fighting prowlers. Scary, nasty, rabid prowlers. It's really exciting. Not as exciting as chaperoning a date, but exciting. I'm turning on the recording device. Don't radio in again. Is that your heart racing? Is your adrenaline pumping? I need updates every 60 seconds! Here's an update. It's not going so well, and you're not helping. Oh no! Is it an appetizer crisis? Goodbye, Mirage. Did he eat his salad with the wrong fork? I disconnect the comm, turn the focus back to Octane's date with Yoko. She is the chief of staff for Cheryl Amachi, who heads up Hammond's legal department. Basically, she's the woman who makes it easy for Hammond to get away with everything. And we sent in a guy with all the subtlety of a jackhammer. So you said you had a question about one of Cheryl's meetings last week. Cheryl Amachi, right? Yeah, she had some secret meeting with a new chick, Loba. Supposed to ask you what that was all about. Note to self, never send Octane undercover again. Oh, I see. So the only reason we're out right now is so you can find out details about my boss's meetings behind closed doors and totally put my job at risk? Why am I doing this again? Because I can get Lifeline's autograph for you? Why would I care about Lifeline's autograph? Cause I can get Bangalore's autograph for you? For real? Bangalore never hangs around for signings after a match. That would be a collector's item for sure. Are the two of you friends or something? Sure, two peas in a pod. We're like twins. Damn, Octane, you make a terrible spy. But you stumble into wins more than anybody else I know. Well, you didn't hear this from me, but my boss wanted to talk to Loba about what she was after in the warehouse in the Skull Town. Something called a source code. Cool. Apparently, this code was teleported out of the bunker by some kind of security system. Loba could grab it. Awesome, nodding head. My boss can get Loba the coordinates where the source code went, but she wants something in return. She wait. Did you just say nodding head? What the hell is that noise? I ripped the headphones off. Are my ears bleeding? Damn it, where'd that feedback come from? Mirage for Wraith, do you copy? Damn it, Mirage. I said not to radio while I was working with the... But what he tells me next stops me dead in my tracks. I waste no time. Open a portal and appear behind Octane, startling Yoko. Change of plans. We gotta go. Oh good, I was dying of bored. But we're already moving through the void, and I relay Mirage's message to him. 2 words that send a chill down our spines. Wattson's down. Womp, womp, womp. When we get Mirage's bar, it's chaos. What happened? We were stationed inside the... not you, path. What happened? We were scoping out the nest. Wattson told us she was going to plant fences. We didn't realize she went into the building. By the time we got inside, there was nothing to do but be sad. I'm still sad, friend. I see Caustic standing over Wattson's bed, and I look to Pathfinder, confused. Not the guy I expected to hold vigil. He hasn't left her side since we got back. I don't keep many friends. The girl in the bed is in my top 3. Caustic acknowledges me with a sad nod of understanding. It's a look I've never seen in his face before. It's almost sympathetic. To everyone else, he and I are outsiders. To Natalie, we're family. Somehow, we got on the bad path. Now, how do we get off of it? She'll make a full recovery. What matters now is finding the other half of the Gemini. Caustic has her pinned against the wall by the throat before he can even realize he can move that fast. Should Mrs. Paquette's condition worsen, you will live out your days so unrecognizable you'll beg me for death. And she gasps when he drops her. Her hand presses to her throat as he storms out of the room. Is this all worth it, Loba? All these pieces, this artifact? Is it worth all this suffering? It's everything. Why? What is it? I already told you, all I know is that it's a piece of tech. I'm not talking about the artifact, I'm talking about the source code. What is it? Her eyes go wide when I mention it. I struck a nerve. She opens her mouth and starts to say something, but a different voice answers. My voice. 3 words. He's above you. And I know who it is before I even have the chance to look up. I have a better question, girlies. When were you gonna tell me there's a whole world out there where I'm worshipped like a god? And as I reach for my kunai and try to piece together how long he's been up there, I realize I was wrong earlier. This isn't the bad path we're on. We chose the worst path. And our next chapter is the Liberated Narc. So lots of stuff going down, things getting really heavy really fast. That was interesting to see from Wraith's perspective though, and kind of hear her respect and admiration for all of the other legends in spite of their flaws, even Caustic. And then we can see Caustic's humanization with his sadness over Wattson's current condition, and now Loba is on so many people's bad sides that it's really hard to tell who the narc is, who is the one who gave them up. And now Revenant knows about this alternate dimension where he can potentially have lots of power. We also got another piece of the artifact, and it's slowly starting to come together. Wraith is looking to find out what the source code is, but we already know. It's Revenant's preserved head that holds his consciousness and allows him to re-upload to a new body upon being destroyed. But what I want to know is, what is this piece of technology that Hammond Robotics is after, that they've basically contracted Loba to acquire for them in exchange for the location of Revenant's head so she can finally try to exact her revenge? Well, I believe this is a piece of a robot or potentially a simulacrum, something that houses a consciousness, because these pieces together, if you click on them, they actually give you descriptions of what that device did. We see the one we just got today for the second hunt is the Occipital Hub, a physical and logical connection center for the entire assembly. Delivered constant condition power to cores and pass-through channel for direct data between cores, and an encryption sub, but not a tap for the hub itself. Holds motor sub-processing, likely interfaced and translated between host structures for locomotion. So whatever this is, it looks like it connected to different host structures. It's a head that attached two different bodies. That seems like an obvious logical conclusion to me. And then we have the original piece that we got last week, the Gemini Xg Core, responsible for higher functions and memory. Etchings identify as XG type, of which there are no records. Evidently, one half in a rare Gemini configuration it would have required a resonant twin core to function, so we're looking for another half. Holds a complex crystal matrix at nanoscale. Any compromise of housing would instantly reduce said matrix to dust. Unit is very tough on the outside and gossamer on the inside. Casing appears intact. So that complex crystal matrix that instantly reduces to dust sounds a lot like a shadow. Shadow is a complex crystal matrix, some sort of a very complex matrix that very instantly collapses once it's being hit and would require some kind of hard shell. So I believe whatever this piece is connected to how Revenant is able to manifest his shadow form. And Hammond is looking to re-access this technology. I believe Hammond has lost a lot of the technology they had access to because of the events of the Frontier War. Something has thrown them off course, and they're looking to re-establish their dominance and reacquire the technology that they once used to dominate this area. And if you guys want to keep up to date on all this exciting story and these amazing developments for our game Apex Legends, once again, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell. If you enjoyed this, drop a like on the video. And if you didn't see it already, check out the full hunt playthrough. That one will be on your screen right now. In the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and I'm out.